What's up, YouTube? Alrighty. Let's see, we got this. Yeah. I let my phone die playing before, so just had to get it started back up. Oh, should get the mirror going. Alrighty. I think I left it on a Golden Sands Battle Road, so those guys should be higher now. They might be... What did I think I took them up to A5, so they might be level 90 now. Mm, 62 tomorrow. It's warming up. I hope it's warm for Saturday. I signed up for like a trick-or-treat event called Trunk or Treat. And you hand out candy at like the city hall or town hall area. I don't know. Thought it'd be fun. But anyway, it would be a lot less fun if it was really cold outside. Okay. Okay. Alright, it's a big world. Alright, we're back here for, let me see, part 2, day 2. So, like my 4th session with this account. Again, very little playing for me in between. Still no experience scrolls, so that's why my Hargan is running behind. I've got my Golden Sand units up to max level of A5. I haven't bothered getting any rank 6 materials yet. And Erdrick and Robin Hood are getting close to their level cap for their rank as well. So I'll have to start putting iridescent orbs in them. Yeah, they're both S4, so. But we should be breezing through some content. We've got whatever Hargan's new Blossom skill is. Big AoE spell, Zam attack, so should help out. Although, you could probably only cast it once, if at all. The big boy abilities with little guy experience, or MP, can be tough. He's definitely not getting 2 casts of it. Yeah. I haven't leveled any abilities either. That's another thing. Which would be fairly easy to do as well. Ouchie. Alright, and another one bites the dust. Oh, another treasure chest. I don't think there's any point in turning in my mini medals, but I can't help myself. I gotta see how many I've gotten. Alright. Well, I'm not very popular tonight. I thought somebody would jump in by now and hang out. Oh, well. I think they're intimidated by how cool I am. Oh my god. Weak. Alright, don't block his way. There we go. Ugh. Alrighty. Halfway through chapter 12 now, I think. Alright, looks like we've got somebody watching now. Welcome. Must be resistant to bang. Let's see. Jason, what's up, brother? Oh, anyway, awkward. Yep, just grinding this account for the new player guide. Just wasting time, man. How's your luck been this anniversary? I think you posted some of your polls. I can't remember. You been lucky this time around? I wonder, you know, I think I'm missing lower rank materials. I gotta see what I need from the player experience on the rank up materials. Just got Erdrick with one of your accounts? Nice. Playing more than one account? That sounds nuts. Who would do that? Ugh. Oh. I think I've got a special guest coming. You gonna hang out in your bed for once? Huh? You can be right next to Daddy. Yeah. You're so excited to be up here. I let you in all the time, calm down. Ugh. I hate when they do that. I think that I've got the stage running and there's some stupid text. Well, Fart, if you feel like jumping in text, I know sometimes you do. Voice, rather. Go ahead. Although you and that sexy, buttery voice of yours really puts me to shame, so... never mind. Invitation rescinded. Can't wait for Zenlon, dude. Me neither. I'm not gonna spend gems, but I'm literally going to spend as many tact points as I possibly can. I'll just type sexy. Yeah, you can jump into voice if you want to. Just let me know. I'm not in it, so. I'm kind of surprised they made a sequel to Mario plus Rabbids, because I didn't think the first game sold very well. It's the only Nintendo Switch game to be available for less than $20. And it's a fucking Mario game. Dude, Mario Wii games still cost like nearly MSRP. Alright. Alright, I think I think that means no more music. Fart has killed all the joy. Hope he's happy. Alright. You there?
Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second.
Dude.
For whatever reason, whenever I go to voice chat, Discord causes my monitor speakers to activate, and it kicks out my headphones. I don't get that.
Oh, Yeah, you know, that's probably a super easy fix that I would have no idea how to find either, so.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I have to switch it back to my regular output device. That's so strange.
Like, I don't get the guys that, like, listen to their own audio on headphones. I can't do that. And it took me forever to figure out how to get my microphone audio to come through my headphones, and I fucking hate headphones, so I will just either do a little test video quick to make sure the audio works with the background music, or I will let somebody on stream tell me if it's bad. That's about it.
Actually, because you had Game Vision on, I have the same headset he does. Mine's the black one, though. It's not the LED one, or the RGB one. And for the money, this headset is awesome. The mic and everything and the headphones are great.
Yeah, the last headset I bought was from Five Below, which I knew was going to be cheap, but I didn't realize they were cheap because they were also, like, child size. This one wasn't obviously for children, and they didn't market it for that, but I'm like, oh, this is obviously for a child. It's like, this hurts. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really good with audio quality, but I put those things on. I'm like, oh yeah, these are cheap.
Yeah, there you go. Right away.
I just don't like headphones. I'm not one of those people that need to listen to music all the time drive me nuts, especially if they don't have headphones. Anybody that listens to music on their phone is already weird, and if they do it in public, I legitimately hope they get stabbed. Chase, you shouldn't say that. No, I really mean it. If you're in a public place and you play music in your phone speakers, like for everyone else to hear, I hope you are stabbed.
You know what I hate? When people have a phone conversation through their car speakers, and you can hear it clear as fucking day with the windows up, and their windows up too. Oh, it's like, who the hell are you talking to? Like, why is it so loud?
I've probably talked about this once or twice. This is not a joke, okay? Truck driver, you know, you don't get to take a shit by yourself ever, really, as a truck driver. You're always in a place with at least 5 stalls, and, you know, there's 2 or 3 other guys shitting at the same time. What's even funnier is that at least 1 or 2 of those guys is usually talking to their baby mama on the phone. And if there's more than one guy, one of them at least is speaking Spanish to his baby mama loudly on the phone while shitting. I mean, you can hear the grunts in the middle of their conversation. Here's the thing about being a truck driver, dude. You literally have all day to talk on the phone. Be like, hey, babe, I'm about to go drop a deuce. Like, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. That's all.
I'm about to be in a place where hopefully someone hears me. Why, here, stay on the phone with me. God forbid I do it in the privacy of the vehicle that I'm in 90% of my life.
Oh, it's nuts, man. And plus, you know, as truck drivers, there's quite a bit of noise inside the cab and stuff, especially if you're outside the truck. So we all wear special headsets that have like a boom mic that comes down. So we all look like we just ran away from the McDonald's drive-thru. And
yeah,
look, I'm not going to say I never wear mine into the truck stop, but it's rare. Yeah, some of these guys, I think they go to sleep with them on. What's up? We got Pack Demon in here. How's it going, buddy?
Demon of Pack.
Pac Demon, you jealous? I made top 11 in RTA last I checked. Bet you couldn't do that.
Quote Chase Games. Yeah, saw that too. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's me.
I worked really hard. Also, fuck Chasers. I'm in Arena Watch now.
There you go. Oh, so it's one of them.
Moving
Or
on
was
up.
it Pac actually did that?
No, it was me, dude. And I'm in Arena Watch. You guys are fucked for GVG this month. You lost your top dog. Yeah, so this is how I announced that. I'm in Arena Watch. Thanks, Pac.
See ya.
One of us. Yeah, I'm assuming that was... Actually, okay, no, it couldn't... I'm actually not trying to sound like a dig. It couldn't... Pac couldn't make top 11. You're free to play too, or close enough. There's no way that you made top 11. So... Dude, Element was number 1 on the board this evening. I finally hit Plat 1.
I fought AW Arena Watch Element.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before I even got to gold, I fought him like 9 times.
I
like, is anybody else on the server? What the fuck?
I fought some dude named Korean 3 times in a row.
And
it wasn't like the most ridiculous OP team, but it was a Diamond Slime team, and I just literally wasn't equipped for it. I had my guys not quite on the front line and all that, and I don't have really anything to do defensively too much. I mean, I can oomph, I can buff. That's about it. So it's like, this team's going to fuck me. So I just quit. And then I geared up right again, and I fucking quit it. Dude, I got him 3 times in a row. Oh my god, dude. It's so frustrating.
I love using Murdaugh and Durham. People forget what they have as their perks.
Yes.
Because people will do one... So I was fighting a few people that have multi-attacks, and they'll one-hit Durham, and they're like, oh shit, he's got Indomitable Spirit. He gets another turn.
Yes. Because nobody fucking read Durin. That's why I always tell people when we're talking about these blossoms, it's like, if you think their blossom is only so-so, not that every blossom is amazing, but like, make sure you go read that kit again. You know, nobody was excited for Squidzilla when he came out, but people forgot that he had a buttload of attack and just literally no mobility.
Yeah, his stats were like through the roof. He got a little bit of movement and a skill that can reach half the arena across. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And a perk that had a chance to give him a double attack buff as well. Yeah. So
even when he goes down to the 2 move, he still has a 3, charging attack. So he still has like, mobility, and it's tied to the attack coincidentally.
Pac, you made
or
top
conveniently,
20?
excuse me.
God damn, dude. It's fucking nuts. I don't know, it's weird, dude. I don't know if it's just because of the rank system or how it is, or there can't be that many whales that play this game. I mean, like, I'm a negative Nancy, but seriously, this game isn't that popular. But like, for a guy that spent as much money on me as me, rather, like, I've got about a 20% win rate. I could have better strategy, but still, it's like, this is fucked up.
Like, when I use like the Grey Gnarl, Bianca, Sorrow, Erdrick team, I win a lot more, but that's so fucking boring. I was so excited for Arena until I saw how small the arena was. And you saw my Reddit post and everything. Like, I was legit upset because the meta becomes so pigeonholed. Because it becomes a speed meta, of course. And yeah, there's a few defensive strategy, but that really limits. You have to have these things only to have that strategy, be viable. So it's like, if they would have made it like 2 panels top, I mean, I get why they made it small, so people don't just stay off to the side and get their odd and even turn buffs and then go turn 8 or 10, So, they will change the map. If it was
somebody told me that
2 panels bigger top and bottom, that'd be so fun. Because you have the option to like turtle and stuff like that round 1. Yeah.
There's literally not one part of this mode that isn't like, here you go, whales, have at it. Like, there's literally nothing at all to hold back a whale.
And Square is big time smart for releasing all these 48s and 10 stamp value banners. And then towards the end of it, then the arena comes out. So people get a taste of the arena and they're like, well, shit, if I get one more awakening on this, or if I get another awakening, I can beat a lot of these teams. They're just hands over fist clearing 48-hour banners and hope. And granted, they're limited, which sucks because they're probably wishing there were more. Or people who didn't pull on the 10 stamp value are definitely clearing it out now.
I mean, I'm into the value, but I actually had a different thing. I've been saying this a lot on stream. fuck going for single units. If you want to play RTA, your One Awaken new big new thing isn't good enough. So fuck it. Save for value, you know? And we're getting kind of... It's not as easy for them to make events that are really tailored around the new unit, because there's so many different S ranks now. It's very easy for them to have a new big bad boss that does 2 elements that the new unit can be resistant to and be weak to his main attacking element and whatnot. But that's getting a lot harder now, so you may as well just save.
I mean, for a while, I mean, you guys all know this, the banner unit was the thing to beat the best content for quite a while, you know what I mean? You could, like, maybe get around it, but you'd have to be, like, Afro eye in the sky level smart to kind of do it. But now, yeah, like you said, there's such a spread of things. There's so many options, which is awesome. I mean, the game is inherently balanced around that kind of, so.
But, yeah, I mean, the only thing is, so the armor stage that you get the bird decorations from, that is actually kind of anti-Sorrow, I believe, I heard. But yeah, the Zoma is very blatantly like, yep, Erdrick's going to be awesome. Did I say, I didn't say, did I say Erdrick before?
Stage anyway. Or
whatever. Wow, it feels like I've gotten so many more Master Medals, but mini medals, but that's just all, I'm still pretty early in the story.
Running through a new account, yep.
I don't know how much of this saga you've witnessed, but I mean, this is just all piss easy. Like, I'm just flying through.
You get a free A tier? Oh my god, he's got to be good.
Yeah.
Remember that feeling?
Dude, all of us day 1 players are still butthurt. Like, when the fuck are they going to blossom him? I spent a lot of stamina.
Because his drop, I think I got mine to like Awaken 3, but his drop rate is so bad. I hope they don't blossom him. Him in the tree and the yellow serpent. Fuck him. Leave him bare. A lot of
people, and this is Chase Games. Chase Games knows it, boys and girls. He knows. I was like, right from the start, I'm like, dude, this guy already is kind of mediocre at best. Before Rank 6 came out, and everybody, because Rank 6 came out with Arena. I'm sure you remember that. People were like, I'm going to max my Musafire in time for Arena. He's going to be great. And I'm like, he's not. And then literally 5 minutes in, like, a couple of guys had their max rank Musafers. And they are immediately like, oh my god, he absolutely sucks. And I spent about a bajillion stamina on this guy.
Yeah, I got really lucky with Dragon Lord. I remember I've gotten 1 Zoma, and I've had my woes about Manslayer. I pulled like hell. I never got him. But I got like a 2 Awakened Dragon Lord and I didn't really spend any money until the first 6-month banner, the first Hero Dark Lord banner, and it's all been downhill since. But yeah, so I used Dragon Lord for like everything for a long time. So
yeah, well, it was Lolliot and Platypus thought that, which you know, Platt wasn't the most strategic guy, but I kept trying to tell him, like, I got distracted easily, fart, but yeah, it's like, I kept trying to tell him, like, he's gonna suck. I don't know. I hate that they just destroyed, whatchamacallit, A-rank casters until, what, like 6 months ago? When they started giving them A-rank skills?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot like, Rector and Tortured Soul and even Slimesicle, but he has like 5 HP. I mean, you know, all you gotta do is give him like a major spell, a little bit of potency, and then like some little defensive thing or some little like wisdom buff. And at least if they get a hit in it, it's going to do like 1,000 plus. So, like Tortured Soul, he does shitloads of damage. So, because he's got 2 of his 3 nodes on the trail, then the stats were all, you know, his potency and wisdom. Or whatever it was. I always avoid A ranks like the plague now for the most part. And there's a lot of them that are relatively strong. I gotta get used to it, but then again, you know, when it comes to like banner A ranks, I'm sure as shit not maxing those anymore. Not for months and months and months, and with luck. So like I just really don't plan on doing normal banners anymore. So I think you're aware, like a banner A rank at like 1 heart or something is crap. You can't use that in anything. A couple minutes ago, you kind of said something similar. In my video today, the Fallen Angel poll thing, I mentioned how this game needs a step-up program because as good as it felt through all these value banners the whole community just got done using. Everybody's posted on Reddit and posting in Discords, and everybody's all jovial. It's great. Now when you go to pull on a regular, when Zenlon comes out, people are going to be reminded how bad it feels. And like you've said, don't pull on a regular banner unless you have 45,000 gems, because say you have 25, 30,000, you don't get Zenlon, you're out of gems and you have nothing but a bunch of silver Mendini medals.
Well, that's the, this game definitely relies on the pity. And I mean, if you take the same system and take pity in or out, obviously it's strictly better with pity. But it does take fun out. Like, I can't take a couple shots at Zenlon.
It's not like when I got Nock, Young, Terry, and Diamond, all 3 back-to-back pity. That was not a good feeling. I was like, oh, great. Now I got Nocturnus. Yay. It's like, you didn't feel like you got him. It was just like,
No, you're just angry because after 10 multis, it's like, fuck, and I need to keep going.
Right, yeah. If you're 3/4 of the way through, it's just like, well. So, because, like in Stars, when they came out with the step up, it was incredible. It was like guaranteed 5-star, then a guaranteed 5-star, and a chance for another, and then 2 guaranteed 5-stars. Because the whole theory was, like every step, but this isn't news to anybody, but if you're spending real world money, not only are you supporting the game, but you should be rewarded for that somehow. And yeah, this game has a one-time only guaranteed S tier with a higher chance of the banner, but at least give us like 3 chances. Don't just make it 1 for every banner. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Either have a step up thing or give us more guarantee S with higher chances. Like, come on.
Yeah, the anniversaries are good, but the rest of it is so bad that you're literally forced to wait for anniversaries.
Yep. And if they're going to do these every 6 months, like the big ones, I mean, people aren't going to pull a lot on the regulars. So unless they have, they change something.
Have you heard me ranting about Omega in the new crossover event on JP?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I wonder if they're using the way that crossovers work and making him so overpowered that, like, one, it's going to be like, well, I can't save for anniversary because I need this. And then, like, people didn't want to spend on the anniversary unit either. So you're just forcing people that wouldn't summon on that particular single banner. So I think it's fucking extortion, dude. It's so fucking rotten.
Yeah, because they know they're not going to power it, blossom it or whatever later, so they have to make it like overtly powerful right out of the gate. So
I mean, I'm sure the next couple units, maybe they'll be a little bit more powerful than the next units. But then again, I mean, what did you think was going to be better than a dude that's immune to breath damage for 3 turns? Yeah, really. And it looks like he's going to be pretty fast and strong too. So that Nemian dude. So everything is just fucking busted now. I don't feel like. I feel like really just straight up OP units have always been peppered throughout the game, but like it's literally every single unit is drool worthy now.
And at least like the Jameris thing, it's like, okay, and then you see him in action in arena, and it's like, oh wow, he was really good. Like, it's easy to see why he was good, but he wasn't just straight up powerful. And actually, he technically is, because his breath does a ton of damage. So just for straight DPS, he's got that too.
I think
it's like the breath guy.
Jameris seems to be another one that depends on. I think he needs awakenings to be really strong, and not just the first. I think he's not really high agility, so I think he needs a couple of awakenings to be scary. I haven't had a huge problem with him, but if you're going against a whale with Jameris, then he looks stupid. Like, he looks stupid strong.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
and it's like the breath guy. He might do something aside from the breath negation thing, or however you word that. But at least they're giving you like interesting defense mechanics. It's not just like, here's Sorrow's Discontinuum. Here's another character with a 650 potency attack. Here's one with a at least they're not just like throwing more like just obvious power creep on top of power creep. They're kind of doing it a little more interesting.
Well, now they've got things that are all but guaranteeing status conditions and extra range on things. And
my God, yeah. I mean, I love ailments. I like my Murdaugh CGM team, and I got 2 A tiers I roll with, like Batman Drill and the Tick Lady one that came out with what's his name. And there's just stars and little swirly things over top of people's heads left and right. So yeah, it's like Erdrick's 4 range paralysis or stun hit. That's like my favorite one. It's probably the most boring of the 4 skills, but it's anything 4 range feels amazing, and it's not the weakest thing. Oh, yeah. And then it's got an occasional ailment proc to it. Yes, please.
So. What did you get your Erdrick up to? Is he just 1 heart?
Yeah, I got him to one awaken very quickly. So for
Yeah.
next to nothing, I was like, "Oh, I'm done." Thank you,
See,
game. So,
like I think it was almost basically consensus that uh, Erdrick wasn't necessarily designed for PvP, but I'm straight up disappointed in Erdrick in PvP. I think he is at one awaken he's a liability. I know that it changes at multiple awakenings, and I think his perks are lame. It's literally just the stats. He desperately needs agility. And since he's all about waiting for round 2 and 3, like obviously the HP is going to matter. So, and I mean the 20% reduction for 3 turns, it's not exciting, but obviously it's very helpful when you're trying to hang on.
it.
So,
Right.
but
What I
at
like
one
to do with him
awakening,
is,
he's just a slow bitch that is going to go dead last.
yeah, it's not. He has a variety of skills and a lot of range and a lot of power. What I like to do him actually is get the more usual attackers out front, could clank somebody round 1, and then save Erdrick round 2, who's going to go a little earlier and be a tad stronger to clean up or hit somebody, and then someone going after you. If he went now before somebody with a buffed agility, then you can take out things new. So
Yeah.
don't just throw him in the front. Because like I use Murdaugh a lot in the PvP, and he'll, if Murdaugh's the leader with the staff that I rolled with him, he'll one shot, I think, all but an awaken. I haven't checked, but all but like 9 out of 10 Erdrick. So let's say all but an awaken 5 Erdrick. Like, it's not hard to kill him, but it's not the easiest thing either. Yeah, so I don't just throw him out in the front right away to do some damage, because he can be kind of easy to kill.
Mm.
But yeah, keep him in the back, could clank somebody, which is kind of just fun to do, and then with his range and everything, clean up or take somebody out with his new agility now.
Yeah, I think Keklang is going to be stupid strong when you're going against AI. That was something I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be really, really sick. But that doesn't help as much against new players. And it's range too, or against actual players, I mean. So it can still be really useful, Keklang, but it's not really putting him... he still has to be in the fray, basically, with it being range 2, so... then your Sorrow is a sitting, or your Erdrick is a sitting duck.
Or just stack his agility and put him up front, run him up front, then cast a clank on yourself, and everybody's got to get away from him.
Yeah, and
like,
also I feel like a lot of players are running around with 3 heart and more Sorrows now, more than before. So you're going to see more 3 heart and higher Sorrows than you are 1 heart Erdricks. So what I'm getting at is with his 3rd perk that gives him the buff when he's below, what is it, 30% or 50% health. If you got a Sorrow that takes some damage before he swings at Erdrick, he's going to kick Erdrick's ass.
He's one-shot him for sure.
Yeah.
Defensive must be damned, so.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, wow. Okay, so I thought that, like, okay, Erdrick's stronger than Sorrow, but, like, I kind of like Sorrow more than PvP. No, in a one-on-one, Sorrow's going to kick Erdrick's ass.
Oh, yeah. Because even if they match damage for damage, Sorrow has the free turn with Indomitable Spirit.
Yeah, and they've always done the opposite. They've always made sure that the next unit destroys the last one. Before any info on Erdrick came out, I was like, all right, so he's going to have an attack that says one-shots Sorrow somehow. Yeah. I don't know how, but they're going to have a one-shot Sorrow attack on it. And, I mean, they've got a bang spell that doesn't miss. That's good, but yeah, no, Sorrow beats Erdrick.
If that bang spell were to be a little weaker but hit twice, that would be your Sorrow killer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he could go turn 2, or God forbid, strong enough for turn 1. That just reminded me of something. I wanted to tell Jen. I test fought her team, and what I noticed is a lot of Erdricks, if they don't do damage round 1, just cast Keklank completely randomly on some unit. It's such a waste of a turn. And for her, it would do it on her heal slime. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Oh. So, yeah, that's a waste. Because I think actually, it depends, but I think they like to hang back when they don't have a target. So,
well, actually, I tested it again, and he was able to hit me with his 4-range ability, and he chose not to. So even I forget what his role is. If he's an attacker, he has to, I guess, do so much damage to trump the idea of clanking somebody. So
Zoma is strong against Sorrow. What's Sorrow weak to? It's
Zap and Bang.
Zap and Bang, right. Oh yeah, you just yeah.
So it's weak to Zap and Whoosh. Oof, that's good for Erdrick. But resistance of phrase, that's
does Zoma have the speed to be good in arena? Or I don't know. I'm all about agility. I don't have a forest dragon. I guess I'll have to start learning how to use my Rose Garden, but I think he's going to be really easy to take out with one attack by a lot of units. So I don't know.
Did you see my video today? The Fallen Angel pulls.
Yeah, you maxed your Rose Garden. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 2 more because I had him +1 for a long time. I got 2 the other day, and I got 2 today. I was like, damn, that's convenient. So, yeah, I'm leveling him now as we speak. Zoma only has 355. Let me put him at Awaken 5 and Master Rank 35 just to juice him up. He's only got
too because everything
462. That's at Awaken 5, Master Rank 35. Let's put the Talent Blossom. Yeah, 482. So he is slow.
Yeah, I mean that's
42,
not bad. It depends on what you're doing. Because
for Awaken 5, that's bad, but it's not bad otherwise.
I've had to point out to a lot of people, like people think that well, okay, I don't know. For my Gorsby's actually not fast at all because he's only Awaken 1. His agility climbs tremendously with Awakenings because of his double boost. But yeah, like 520 agility, like yes, that's fast. Like I think my Bianca's around that. That's fast, but anything that is even kind of not that slow with agility gear will outspeed that. So like Bianca still really needs some agility gear on my team. But her attack also isn't high enough. It's like, all right, so do I want to do crap damage or do I want to, in RTA, it's basically, do I not get to attack?
I had a lot of luck using like Murdahl, Batman Drill, being a little defensive, having like 2 units to kind of go early and then having like 2 or 3-ish units kind of clean up and do some ailment stuff. And it was it was a really, really off meta thing. So a lot of people were like, forgetting perks and first awaken benefits and stuff like that. Fucking the Lumen, I'm so glad I got the Enluncias, the one at 3 and the one at +1. They're both the evil one. If she's the leader with her perk, she does like 1500 damage with the AoE. The major, it's typeless too. It wrecks Diamond Slime if he's covering like one person.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to deal with Diamond Slime, so it kind of sucks.
I used Marquis de Leon because I like him. He has got no hit points, I know, but he's fast. He does okay damage. I wish he had if he had 500 more hit points with his recovery, he'd be like okay.
Yeah, RTA is really rewarding some units that maybe weren't useless, but weren't really good. Like for the last 6 months, you would have regretted having orbs in them. And like Queen Slime is pretty fucking amazing. If you had luck with Marquis de Leon, that's good, because I had him on my OG account and I didn't think he was that good.
Well, I love the 4 move and the 3 range Major Marshal. It's just you're going to hit somebody, at least one person from anywhere, like no problem. And he's got a little bit of recovery, but he's really easy to kill. So it's
he's really easy to kill, and I think his threshold is 30% or something.
Yeah, it's like hard to proc almost because he's easy to kill.
Yeah.
So. And it's funny, like Helion and the has really crappy HP too. Must be a lion thing in Dragon Quest World.
Yeah, and that's dude. I don't know if you've looked at the new Helion yourself or heard me talk about it. I'm not impressed with it because I was a huge fan of Helion. In the beginning of the game, he was so strong. You got to remember in the beginning, like you barely had any orbs, so you were messing around with S4s. They were 0 or 1 awaken. So Helion, you got him maxed like right away pretty much, and he's going around like one-shotting shit, but then he gets one shot.
Yeah, they tried to make him pretty front-loaded, and it's like they're relying off of the crit too. It's like, well, good crit's okay, but if it's a squishy unit, they're not going to get a chance to kind of use it technically. So
his new ability, not that strong. Like it's not crazy strong. The defense lowering, he already has defense lowering. So it's going to be a little bit stronger if you want Frizz element.
I mean, you might see him more in RTA whenever it comes out just because it's multi-hit and Sorrow's a thing. And then you have Ogodamir's Indomitable Spirit too, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think Ogodamir is probably going to be pretty interesting.
Speaking of which, back to sorry to interrupt you. No. The Duran love that I have that no one else has. His 4 range 3 hit ability. It's a good Sorrow killer. It's good for Erdrick too. It did about 900 couple damage on him. So
Oh, right, and he counters with that as well. Oh no, you have to be 3 awakened for that.
yeah, mine's only +1. So,
Yeah.
but he it's okay damage. Good. He gets rotating buffs and then the 4 range, yada yada, and then the Dominable Spirit. So for low weight, I love it.
Mm. Yeah. I was like, I mean, look, I'm not like, don't say, I'm not trying to tell anybody he's going to be the most broken thing ever, but like, if you don't think Durin is something interesting, like, I would like to have it in my box. I don't think it's the most broken thing to come along, but he is strong. Don't make that mistake.
He's at best like an economy Nocturnus. I'm not saying he's great, but like a lot of people didn't talk about him. It's like, no, he's for low weight, he's pretty fucking good. He's got a variety of damage. Typeless anything is great because when it comes down to what the resistance is, at least you know you're going to do something, unless coincidentally they have triple defense buffs. But no 4 range multi hit in the Zam. Yeah,
I think it's
good stuff.
Like the next time he comes back on a multi banner, people are going to start like randomly getting like 3 awaken on him, and I think they'll put him in their GVG teams, and people are going to get taken by surprise. Like, the fuck is this thing? Why did he just counterattack me? He has a counterattack.
That's why I like using the Tick Queen or the Lady Tick Queen or whatever it's called, the one that has the counter on death to paralyze everybody.
Queen.
Lunatic Queen, thank you. Jesus, yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue. That and the 4 range paralysis move that it has.
Right, I forgot about that. She didn't really interest me, but I remember I took a peek at her because I think you were going on about it, and I was like, fine, I'll fucking look at it.
Well, looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, but the martial attack does like 800 some damage. I think in arena, yeah, it's a little less than, I think it's like 800 couple outside, and it pulls in the 4 range with the ailment and then the death counter, which is good for RTA because it doesn't matter if you die or not, just hopefully if you win. And her ability is not considered a spell because I got spell locked and I was still able to use that big rhombus paralysis on people. Yeah, and spell lock's a thing too. That sucks.
Demon's probably around 45 family rank, right? Yeah, so I didn't really look at her before because when she came out, death was not an option in any mode.
Exactly, yeah.
But 500 agility. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's fast too.
That was an HP. So yeah, it's only moved. Does it get a movement boost or something somehow?
I think it's only 2, but it's 2 3 range moves in a 4 range, so it feels, good.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, it'd be nice if you could just get this thing in the middle of combat on round 1 and then let it die there. Let me see. Does it get boost for... okay, so Third Awakening gives it an extra 5% paralysis success rate. So that's a 45% chance on the ability and on Smirk. So a 90% chance if they're weak to it. I'll take that.
I got a +1. Because wasn't it the featured unit with Nigel or whatever?
Joel, that sounds right. Yeah,
because I didn't pull for him, so but I have it +1 though. So
I got him because I think I did the shop tickets or the paid ones only. I can't remember. I actually got Joel.
Okay,
but everybody that's ever said anything good about him said only at 5th Awakening, which I guess makes sense.
You hate to hear that, yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I like that among us free-to-play scrubs, or low spending even. Because, dude, that's the thing, is like, you're a dolphin, but in any other game, you'd be basically a like, whale spender. I mean, getting 1 copy of everything and awakening it is ridiculously expensive in this game.
It's hard enough, right? And then compared
nothing is worth it at 0 hearts, other than CGM,
right,
kind of.
That's why I had to use my hero fragments on Luncia. I was like, well, I'm going to pull for Erdrick. I want to get a +1. I have 100 fragments. I was like, I want to use her. I said, I gotta use them.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, because she's I mean, yeah, she really needs her awakening.
They're both super great, yeah.
Especially
huge variety
Luminary,
of damage.
Because I think Dark Luminary has the same buff, but they also lock her 3rd movement behind her awakening. So I hate locking movement behind the 1st awakening. It's so fucking dirty.
I know. That was most awakenings back in the day, which we can say now.
Yeah.
+1 movement or 5% potency. And everybody's like, what the hell's potency?
I've been thinking about doing some kind of conversation with somebody where we just kind of look back and see all the changes, and like back in our day it was like this.
Have like a scrapbook, it'd be black and white footage.
Yeah.
Have
Remember
long
where
beard.
if you lost a stage, you lost your stamina?
Oh God, yeah, I almost did forget about that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Ugh.
because it seems stupid now. And that was a thing like, oh, it's a quality of life update. They'll give it to us early, and I'm like, the fuck they will, because they make a lot of money off stamina.
Here's a topic actually. Maybe a couple weeks ago, someone posted on their Reddit there was like a big quality of life patch coming to Japan, like with like the
A
titles and the
minor
auto.
minor quality of life. Yeah,
Well,
they're
I mean,
it's a little
it,
polish things. Yeah,
but I mean, I guess the game's doing well enough to where they can spend the usual resources
I
just to do
I
that.
had the same thought. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's like shutting your restaurant down for a couple days just to clean it. Like the customers aren't going to, it doesn't make it shiny on the outside, so it's not going to inherently draw in more business. Technically, you're
yeah,
just functionally kind of, making the guts operate a little better. So
yeah.
the game, I mean, the game's doing good in Japan. Shocker, it's Dragon Quest, we know
Mm.
that, but so
Yeah, so I mean I don't know if this is kind of related or not. Yeah, I mean they've gotten really bold about just supporting whales shamelessly and wholeheartedly. Um, so I mean I get there's more PvP modes coming like every month now it feels like. So okay, you just have to accept being a second class citizen. The rest of the game is pretty fun sometimes. I don't
we're the infrastructure. I'm
when I'm
okay.
pissed off, I don't even know what I like about this game. I basically just like building my collection.
I
Um,
mean, that like when I first came across your gripes and you and the Kage drama, I was like, because I got super butthurt from Of the Stars. Spent a lot of money in that game, and that right after the 1 year and the Christmas celebration and all these sales and gem sales, they were like, "Thanks for everyone spending lots of money. We're shutting down in June, I think it was." And I
yeah,
was done that day. I was like, "Fuck." And then Tact comes out. I'm a hooked on Tact because I love Dragon Warrior, and I see your complaints, and I was kind of like, okay, because I experienced that before,
mhm,
with the game shutting down out of nowhere. But I like the game. I didn't like want to share the same sentiment, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna kind of heed the potential warnings lately. Then everybody's jumping on your shit. Oh, he's crazy. He's crazy. It's like, well, is he? Because have you experienced that before in a gotcha game? Have you loved the game, spent money, and then it just disappears? It's not a great feeling.
yeah.
So yeah, it tends to piss people off.
Oh yeah. Well, that's I've said this a lot. Like I mean, I am often conceited. I know it sounds conceited for me to I would say this all the time, but I'm like, dude, they're mad at me because they agree with me. Like everyone is terrified of the game going offline. That's why they're mad at me for saying these things. They're like, shh. We know these things. If you let all the new players know, they won't spend the game, and we'll be fucked. Fuck. They're like, I'm
It's a
trying to
it's an
warn players
inevitable
about problems,
reality.
and they're
Yeah.
like, we need to dupe these people, otherwise we won't get to play our addiction anymore.
Right. I mean, it's a reality. The game's not going to last forever. We know that. And
Mm,
you hope it lasts as long as it can. So, but
mm.
you have to also prepare for shutdowns.
Yeah,
But the game's apparently doing, all but seeing the fucking revenue ourselves. It's apparently doing okay.
yeah, and
Even outside of Japan.
look, I this is an addiction, and I succumb to it sometimes still, but yeah, I'm definitely like, dude, I'm just going to paid once only some of the strong units I want to say, but like, which ones? They're literally all busted.
Yeah. The strong ones? Which one? You mean every banner until the rest of our lives?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not fun when everything is more broken than the last. It's like that's power creep, idiot. No. No, this is everything has fucking busted mechanics and range or whatever. Um
Oh, yeah, like we were talking about earlier, they're introducing interesting types of power creep, like new defense mechanics, new types of attacks, new AOE's, yada yada. It's not just like I said earlier, another Sorrow attack, but 50% more weapon damage on top of it, or whatever. So
yeah, and like I
yeah, it's
said,
not
they're
just
now
lame
they've
power
got more
creep.
PvP, so I mean there's even like, okay, I was happy enough with One Awakening before because it made me feel strong, and yeah, I don't get the cool third and fifth awakening. But now, if you want to do well in RTA, it's like, I need fully awakened things, or I need to
Yeah.
at least get a second or third dupes that I can beat, the low to pay players and whatnot.
I
It's
got to Plat 5 fairly easily, so if that because I guess the next phase they'll open up Masters maybe.
mm,
But however it works, if I get to platinum every time, I'm okay with that because I know I don't spend enough money to be able to get to masters. And it doesn't rely on skill because once you have higher agility and your
Yep.
enemy team gets an ailment proc or two, you lose every time.
Yeah.
Like you said to Malcolm, give us a quit button because the second that happens, I'm ready to quit. I'll back out of the
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah.
Why
When
would
the
I waste my
entire
time
enemy team
otherwise?
goes before you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
You're
you
fucked.
literally have zero chance. It's like, okay, like I made that post in the Reddit. I was like, the arena is the size of a fucking telephone booth.
Yeah.
So it just becomes an agility game. There's no skill involved other than if you just hit your screen, if you try to hit the screen incorrectly, but at that point it's kind of obvious what to do. So
Yeah, and full of the same guys that were Plat 5 the first night. It's like, dude, come on. Are you really need to doing this? You're not doing a different, I bet oh, they're testing new teams. I don't think they're testing teams like every time.
yeah, there's leaderboards. They want to be on them. So, and I mean that's fine. It's whatever. But
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like that. I'll
sure.
be happy staying in platinum because that kind of is in the same ratio of what I spend in the game, and I'm not going to change that. So
Yeah, so like I said, look, I know that I'm not good at PvP in this game, but it's also not rocket science. Like, I know enough, and I sure as fuck spend enough. Like a 20% win rate is, wow.
yeah, if this was any
Wow.
other competition, yeah, it'd be loser bracket for sure.
Ugh.
I mean, it's at
But
least
it really
I
is
also
like
kind of
literally
like
all whales and diehards. Like the low to play players like don't care. They either gave up in gold or whatever, or they hit plat 5 and like, I'm done. And at this point, you might get a scrub every so often, but it's literally all the whales that are, just doing their thing for more points.
and that's fine because now that we have 3 different types of competition, technically, it's like you versus the AI, your whole guild versus another guild's AI, and then you have PvP. So that's kind of neat. It's whatever.
Yeah, hopefully GVG is still fun. I don't know. It's soured me, but I always enjoy GVG. Honestly, I could use an easy break. I hope we get some chumps this time. But then that's the other thing about RTA is you're holding on so that you can steamroll somebody else. It's not impossible to have like a battle, but it feels like it's either getting rolled or rolling somebody else.
Right, yeah. Or your Eric's 40% evasion comes through and they miss 2 attacks back to back. You're like, oh, I might win now because RNG. Yay.
Yeah. I forget what Eric does. Did you say Eric or Erdrick before? Eric seems to
Eric,
somebody
yeah,
fucking decimated my CGM with an Eric, but
oh yeah, his +3 he double attacks because he'll proc either the Envenom or the paralysis, and he's
that's what that does.
Damage.
Yeah, see, like these guys are literally playing a different game than we are because those units just don't do those things.
Forgot. I didn't know it. Fallen Angels. Oh my god, my cat laser turned on by itself.
Oh yeah, so Fallen Angel, yeah, he gets basically he's going to get a triple attack buff on turn 2 and 3.
Yeah, I didn't know that because people were shooting him down with his AoE snap, and it was like attack buff, attack buff. I'm like, what is this? And I just so happened to get 2 more FACs today, so yay!
I saw that.
Now
and his agility threshold is at the point where he's still not speedy, but he gets a lot out of that extra agility. So now that you put agility gear on him, he is relatively fast.
He has a 4 move all the time. Yeah. I'm used to like a lot of units getting that for like a turn or 2, but he's just flying, from sea to shining sea.
Do you remember what his 5th awakening is? It's probably like crit or something, right?
Yeah, I believe it's base crit for
5. It's always 5%.
Don't know. I'm gonna open the database because we live there.
Already there.
Oh. Units. Picture of the crown.
Yep, physical crit rate 5%. There's never a perk that there's never a characteristic that raises it by more than that, I don't think. Alright, I'm probably wrong.
Blossom related. Actually, I think Veronica's Runaway. I think she gets another. I want to say she gets another 10, but that would be.
Oh, that's a Talent Blossom.
No, Veronica.
Oh, right. You know what? I think it's.
Oh no, she gets
the
Echo Chance by 10%. She by default has a base 10, so she gets. I think base crit in this game's 5%. It's like every role playing game ever.
Yeah, I'm never sure about stuff like that and how the evasion works because Elena definitely has more than 40% evasion.
Feels like it does. So I guess when Kage mentioned hybrid and the whole agility evasion thing, I was like, what? I thought everybody just had a 5% flat evasion and 5% crit because that's like literally every RPG ever.
Oh
But yeah,
no.
Leda feels like hers is way more than 40, so I guess it is tied to
The
agility.
bigger the agility difference, the easier or harder it is to hit something.
Right. Yeah, clearly because Elena's like zoom zoom, you're just missing shit
That's
left
why
and right.
back in the day, that's why everybody said that you needed to spec Sorrow Claws for agility. They're like, he won't hit if you don't put it on. So, and then
Okay.
agility is just good for turn order anyway. Obviously, that's what it's
Right,
all
yeah.
about now. But yeah, in the old days, basically you just spec agility for hit rate.
Back in our day, kids, are you listening?
Yeah.
Dropping some knowledge on you.
Oh
Gas
god.
was $1 a gallon. It was crazy.
Remember when there was literally no pity?
Yeah, that's other than what 90,000 gems was it? But that's
No,
just like
dude. No, that
oh, I
came
thought there
in
was
month
like
3. OG, there
oh,
was
that's
no
what I'm thinking
pity.
of. Yeah,
It was the same stamp card over and over. And then Zoma came out in the middle of Zoma's banner. They're like, yeah, we're gonna change this. So like that's good, but
they reset
also
it.
your progress gets reset.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I remember somebody saying something about that, and I was like, "Whoo!" Because I got a Zoma kind of early, so I stopped that back then. I wasn't
I don't remember if it
trying
was
to.
2 full stamp cards, but I know I didn't get Zoma in the first one, and that was when I had just started streaming, and Zoma was the first like broke. He was the first power creep basically. Um, like he was like, yes, you literally want to use Zoma on every single stage for like there's never a time that you don't bring Zoma, and it's like fuck, I have to get him. So
Typeless spell. I mean, it's not even weak by all fairness to this day, so that's just going to make his blossom that much better.
mm.
Now he gets a 2x3 AOE major typeless, going to fucking blow the world up. So
Yeah, what's your Zoma at? Is yours max?
he's +1. Of
Okay.
all the pulling I've done and all the value banners, I've only gotten one other Zoma, but I'm
Oh, so
yet to
one.
see
By the way, when you
a
say
couple.
+1, a lot of people say +1 when they mean Awaken Plus.
Or I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Awakened one
yeah. So
Zoma plus.
I
Yeah,
know it's annoying. Anyway, yeah,
right. Yeah.
mine's 3. So like that's another
Okay.
thing where, he's one of the better things to get right now. I'm upset that I didn't get any DQ7 units.
I got plus. Mine's an Awakened 2 a Godamir and a Awakened 1 Rough. I was thrilled about that.
Mm.
Maribel's nothing, but her. I don't think her awakenings are anything but stats in a nutshell.
No, but she's going. Well, she buffs herself a lot, so she's getting a
No, no,
25%
yeah, her,
spell potency boost every turn. So
yeah,
yeah,
her
her
and her
stats are
blossom
gonna.
are
Yeah. Um,
that unreflected frizz. That's gonna one shot Erdrick. I guarantee it. So because it's fucking powerful. And it does like I've
mm.
seen it do 1200 in arena.
Oh yeah, and she's getting a double agility boost too, so she's gonna be really
Yep.
fast. I
Oh
think.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
nice.
imagine like she's going to have the range of Veronica. She's going to have the same movement and range, except I would imagine her ability is stronger, and she's going to get to go early. Veronica, I can't use Veronica because I mean obviously she's fragile as shit,
Yeah.
and then she goes dead last. So
Yeah. I mean, if something's weak to bang and if she hits, it's like yay, but that's if and if. So
yeah, like I mean I can be afraid to see her because I only know how
yeah,
to be
exactly.
offensive, and if you don't kill her, she's going to take something out.
Right. And if
But
she hits and you survive, it might proc twice. It's like,
yeah,
oh
that
no.
too. I would yeah, I still don't have an awakening on mine, but um
Me either. God, that was like one of the three things I was hoping for during all the values was one Veronica.
yeah, that would have been nice. I still was
One
tempted
more.
by her 48, but that's cuz I cared about Corvus. I would have okay, so I would rather have Fallen Angel Corvus than regular Corvus, but I went
Yeah.
for Corvus because who was he with? Diamond Slime?
Yes.
Yeah, I would rather have
Regular.
Diamond Slime Corvus than um Fallen Angel and Eric or Gem? It was
Uh,
Gem, right?
no, it was oh my god. Mortigan. I was about to
Oh
say
yeah,
Godamir,
didn't
who
really
I
care
wanted to
about
plus one
Mordigan.
on too, because he's got the 3 half damage hits and he's got his skills aren't strong, but he's got the 3x3 AoE and the X and everything. So
Right, yeah.
and it's
Um,
Zam, which is good against Erdrick.
I
So
think Mordigan sounds like a unit I like, but it's just another 65-point unit. Like, I got too many of
exactly,
those.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
If he was some kind of version that was 50 points, be like, oh my, Yeah, that's really
Yep.
good,
I
especially
was
with
thinking the
the
same
3
thing.
shields. I would kill for that, but I can't fit him in anywhere.
I regular Corvus I really like, but I got a +1. I got a First Awakened Diamond Slime before that, so I was like, I don't want to clear out his 48 then. So, but yeah, the Fallen Angel one tempted me because I was like, I kind of want more of him, and I want a +1, and anything else is good. I
yeah,
ended up
so
getting fucking Dragon Lord among other things. I was like, oh my god, why is he here?
I got Dragon Lord on my ticket today, but I actually only had him at 3, so now he's at 4.
Really?
Look,
Wow.
Dragon Lord's
Mine's
still useful, but not.
oh no, yeah, I like him plenty.
I
So
wouldn't call him strong anymore. Like,
yeah,
did I miss
it's
tonight's
the
pull?
his
You're actually here just
range.
in time for a pull salt. Yeah, like he's still good. But like if there were a new player that told me he got him, like, and it's like, do I rank this up? Do I blossom this? I would say probably not.
Well,
You
you
won't
can
get
level him
around
for
to it.
free. He's got free leveling on Battle Road, so
Yeah.
it's
It's
I
not that he's not worthy of it, but there's so many more things that are better. There's so many
right.
things that you can't use Dragon Lord in PvP,
Oh,
and
yeah, really.
he's really good on a couple of Blossom doors, but so are a lot of other Blossom units. I mean, you definitely want Malroth before that.
He's yeah,
You want
he's my favorite
Bianca.
Dark
You
Lord.
want Gorsby. There's just so many other things that you want before him that it's like, yeah, he's good, but there's 8
And
things that are better that I have.
I hope Jade comes back out if they do Reminiscence because she, for a free unit, she's as good as fucking banner units.
hmm
It's just great. Her damage is great, and the charm and everything, and then the agility attack buffs if she's hit. Good stuff.
Zillophobic. Should I go all the way for FAC pulls? I only pulled twice and have him not awaken. Yeah, if you have a copy and he's not awakened, you definitely want to go for his 48. Yeah.
Him awakened is power.
Zillophobic, you just subbed to the channel, so I'm assuming you're new to the game. You re-rolled for Erdrick, right? Hope you re-rolled for Erdrick. But, oh, God, this is... Wow, 10 silvers on this banner. That is shitty.
I forgot you're on your new account playing because I saw the paid Erdrick banner wasn't done yet. I was about to say, wait, you didn't do that? Never mind.
Yeah. So this one, honestly, I just figured it would be good to have something to stream, and this so I can give I mean, advice for new players is pretty simple, but I just, this is all just proof that, like, you don't need to have lucky pulls, you don't need
Yeah.
to have any skill. I've barely taken it off auto for anything at all.
Plus, as you're going through it, you remember stuff to bring up, like, oh shit, you experience things like, yeah, by the way, do this. It gives you yourself more content to kind of bring up.
Yeah, a lot of experienced players tell the new guys, like, just do this, just do that, and I'm like, they either can't or it's harder than you think. Um, you know,
There's a lot of nuance to it. It's like it's not that cut and dry. So
yeah. But yeah, mostly it's just that I needed something to do on stream because I'm not spending stamina refreshes. So what am I gonna do all day?
yeah, I think with the crunch slowing down, I might just do the 4 refreshes a day. But I mean, it's if we're getting 2 weeks in between
Well,
additions to every event, then I'm not in any hurry.
I'm going to spend I'm going to spend 4 refreshes on the weekends for the gold. Um,
Okay.
but that's it. And here's the thing to remember too. I'm sure you've heard me say this or noticed it yourself. There's 2 S ranks to farm in DQ3. And that's it. Everything else is shit. The part 1B
Yeah,
might be okay because it's got a breath with an occasional chance to breath, or, it's either stun, confuse, or stun, sleep, or paralyze. I can't remember. But those things, sometimes you get some use out of them. I never use bees in arena.
I get them to Awaken 4, which is not hard to do, and
Yeah.
I'm done with them.
So yeah, I mean, you've
and
got
that's
the
just
2 S's, and taking those to 5, yeah, they're going to take a few days. But if they each take a week, you can farm them naturally in a week. So after that, what do you need to farm? Erdrick's armor? Crappy low awaken units. So the low awaken units are not worth stamina, gems for stamina at this point. Let me see. So I'm looking at my DQ7 stuff. I've got rough at 1 heart. That's good. That's what I worry about the most. Maribel's unawakened. So I guess I would wait until I get an awakening on her because Well, what's her awakening spell trick? So actually, it's not. It's
Oh,
really
so a
more
little
about
more
her
damage.
stats than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then do I have Orgodamir?
I have him +2, awaken twice.
Fuck you. I've got him unawakened. So, um,
Probably doesn't get much. I think it was around when Dragon Quest VII came out is when they started getting like actual things for their awakenings.
yeah. Okay, so his first awakening perk is his heal back to full under 20%. So that's
Okay, never mind.
pretty good.
You do need that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not like he's absolutely useless without it, but yeah, you really want that. I mean, Indomitable Spirit's already strong, but yeah. Um, my only thing, I mean, it's not going to be hard to one shot him. So that's people. Look, and again, it's not useless. It's not useless. I recognize that, but the Ramia that comes out next week on Wednesday, um, it has Indomitable Spirit, and when it drops below 1% HP, it heals itself for 30%. And I'm like, there's almost what are you going to survive at 30, like 1 HP and 30% HP, same thing. It's the same thing.
Might as well be exactly. Might as well be 2 HP instead of 1. There's no difference.
Yeah, yes, there are attacks that you can survive that deal less than 30, but I'm going to say 90% of the time it's the same as 1 HP.
That might come in useful. There might be some like blossom doors to where you have to kind of slap fight your way, or she's resistant to the only damage the enemy does, and you're able to make use of that, perhaps. But
yeah, and also especially if weight doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's only 50, so
she heals your party for 100. I don't remember how close they have to be, but at the start of her turn, she heals everybody for 100. So, and that does help her 30%. So if she doesn't get smacked right after that, she's going to get a little bit less than 10% of her HP back. So, that makes it a little bit more significant. She gets almost 40% health back, essentially.
The more little ways you have it like chiseling at healing on people, it kind of adds up. Like if you have Bianca and Zerfi, oh my god, you're doing no damage for a couple of turns, it feels like.
Oh yeah.
You hit somebody for 500 or 600, it's like, oh nope, that just got healed back.
Yeah, because you could still, I don't know how strong her attacking is, but yeah, if you've got like her and Seraphy, that might be although then Seraphy you don't really need to not heal with her, so
she's got a breath of major zap breath, single target, and then minor zap force. Yeah, so the breath, I'm assuming it's the same formula with based on levels.
Yeah. Yeah, let's look at Ramia again.
250.
Yeah, because it's got Ramia's got a typeless attack that heals itself. Typeless breath, suction. So I don't know what that's gonna do, but and apparently it has breath.
Sorrow killer.
Yeah, it has breath tricks, which increases recovery by 10%. So I would imagine it would heal for a little bit more than it deals, right? It would have to work that way, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it's because it's based off the damage. So
but, sometimes attacks like this do nothing. Like, oh, okay, yeah, it dealt 100 damage, so who cares? I don't know.
And she's farmable. Yeah, the fifth awakening is the 30%. Okay.
Yeah.
Third awakening is the immortal soul.
Yeah, so I mean, you definitely want to get this, but I don't know. And like I said, as a healer, like the large fan heal is interesting, but it doesn't heal her. She can't heal herself other than with suction, which I would be shocked if it were a legitimate healing method. It's probably going to be a pretty minor damage and heal.
Just wow, agility's 555 at master rank 35, awaken 5, which everyone will have her awaken 5. Damn, that's fucking quick.
Dude, and there are so many Dark Lords coming. Everything is a Dark Lord coming out. So expect I think we'll be looking at like master rank 40 by the time we get to where JP is right now.
And 1200 HP, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
she might be kind of a nuisance on the field, so...
But yeah, 555 natural agility is... Yeah, that's pretty good. There's no there's no buffs to her agility, but that's still pretty strong. Oh, I forgot did I forget a treasure chest? Oh, well. I'll go back for it some other day. Well, I don't actually... Well, this is a throwaway account. I wonder if anybody's going to want it. But then again, I wouldn't really want to deprive a new player of going through the game the first time.
Side business is start up accounts and sell them. 20
Yeah.
bucks a piece. Here we go. Chase, play this account. Here you go, kids.
$5. Is that racist? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey, you made it racist by bringing it up.
Oh. Hashtag canceled.
Yeah, it's shoot, right before Ramia, what were we talking about? Dragon Quest VII Blossoms, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm pretty psyched for those.
I'm glad there. Oh, that's right. I'm glad. Like I was telling Pac, I'm glad there's a gap in between Zoma and the 7 characters. Yeah, we have White King and Helion, but it's like, not a lot of people are going to touch them. So, but there's we can save up quite a few materials, thank God, because all 3 Dragon Quest VII units are looking, pretty good, especially Maribel and Agodamir.
Yeah, and they all have their spot in. Like I said, I think Ruff is going to be the one that's the biggest impact.
Base crit rate, multiple hits, and everything. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling Godamir might not do enough damage, and he's got Indomitable Spirit, but I think he's gonna be really easy to one shot. We've got a lot more things that do multi attacks, so I think Godamir might end up being a bitch, especially in RTA. Like RTA, I don't think he's going to be a thing. I think he's gonna go down like a sack of bricks. But Ruff with his agility and strength, he's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah, because he's gonna go early. He's gonna go right in the middle of everybody, do a ton of damage, and it's like Kage's hybrid strategy. It's like, oh shit, I have to kill this unit now, or it's gonna be a problem again.
Especially if everybody's grouped up. If you got Ruff sitting right in the fray of combat, he's got that 2 range follow up. That's 265% potency physical hits. That's
right.
Not,
and that has a chance to crit. That's based off of his higher now crit rate. If a follow up will crit, that'll piss you off.
So each of those hits is going to have at least a 15% crit rate. And remember that he had a double occasional chance to lower defense on his initial attack, anything that he hit with his new Talent Blossom ability. You might be hitting something with 25 to 55% defense down as well.
If he's going early, that's good because you're just making that target weaker for everybody after him.
Yeah. I can't. I forgot what I was gonna. Fuck. Sorry, it's distracted. Sorry. I was going to bring up that. Don't forget that he has Rough Rider, his original coup de grace that he can activate on turn 1. Apparently, I forgot about that. So he's
never used him.
So his coup de grace is only range 1. Okay, but remember he has movement 4. It's a 360% potency whoosh physical attack. So if their whoosh weak unit is in the front row, you're gonna knock it the fuck out.
Yeah, they're dead. And imagine critting with that too. That's going to be buku damage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and it's going to have whatever natural plus another 10%. And I mean, so that's already a strong hit. Now he's already got a good attack. Remember, he's already got a plus 10 physical in his kit. He's got a single attack buff that he starts combat with, and to give him another 20% whoosh potency. So
20% more damage all the time. Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So he's going to be sick.
Like with a White King, I like the 5 across spells. Like what Dragon Lord we mentioned earlier, his range sucks, but that Zam spell can kind of clip people, so it does kind of feel good when you use them, but it's like there's an okay amount of whoosh in the game now, so it's like, I don't know if a lot of people will. I mean, if you have like Blossom Materials just laying around, sure, go nuts, but...
I'm sorry, for who?
White King.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Well, here's
5 panel spell.
Well, okay, so if you don't have Jamiris, Game Vision Zoma's on Wednesday. If you don't have Jamiris, who is your whoosh damage right now?
Nocturnus, regular Corvus. Who else?
Okay, so regular Corvus is actually okay. That is a thing. I forget. Although he's not super fast though, so but the thing is, Nocturnus is not an option for me in PV. If we're talking about PvP here, Nocturnus is out. Corvus. Okay, Corvus is one thing. And then I was just gonna say that Erdrick has his big whoosh attack.
That's right.
But he's
That
only
and the
he's movement
what's his
3,
name?
and that's range 2. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like saying that like that's your whoosh attack there, because it's very possible that he's not going to hit the whatever you like feel that you need to take out round 1 with that. So
Yeah, it might be right out of your range.
yeah. Let's see.
So I'd say his on death thing with limiting movement is okay for PvP, but the arena's so small that probably doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I really don't like much of anything about the new White King, because I don't think like his death trigger isn't really that big a deal. Are they gonna let me pull him up today? I think every time I try to look at White King,
busted yesterday. The page.
Yeah, still error. Piece of shit database. Oh. Yeah, dude, I'll tell you though, it's weird with the crunch being over. It's like, this event came out forever ago. When's part 2?
It's like, wait, I'm bored. Give me some keys, dangle them in my face. Let's go.
This is what it's supposed to be like?
But like, it's good because you don't have to worry about as many gem refreshes. Unless we get like another, fig type thing to where you have a chance no matter what you do, then yeah, you might, blitz through them. But
so it's weird to some people might find this weird to say after we got figs, especially, and it wasn't terribly far from the first figs event, although they were obviously both of them were crunched, and I think we had an event that wasn't crushed in between, didn't we? So it was like, oh no, we're definitely going to fuck them on figs. They're going to get fucked on figs, but then Gold Week will Golden Event rather will crunch. We'll crunch that.
Yeah, I ripped through all my stamina items. I was like, oh, I want to get both A tiers right away, and then they're like, hey, we're extending them. Like, thanks, assholes.
I spent a few herbs that I wouldn't have because here's the I did it after Malcolm came in the Discord and mentioned something, but there was nothing in game until 4 a.m. of the very last day. It's like we know better than to trust Square Enix.
No, I get why they're doing it. I guess it was now that they got all these systems in place across for the international account and everybody's clients the same, yada yada.
Of course, they're so lazy about it. So when you're farming Golden Sands stuff, you're not getting any DQ3 medals, and vice versa, I believe.
Yeah, that bugged me too when I saw it come back because I had like a few thousand DQ3 medals, but I had like 280 gold nuggets or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm going the opposite. I'm still farming that gold cactus because there's nothing I got to stress about. If by the end of DQ3, I can always maybe start spending some gem refreshes or some stamina items. Like, I'm not going to stress because the only thing I'm worried about is getting one copy and then fully farming the S ranks. It doesn't take that long to do the S ranks. They're probably the standard 18% drop. I don't know. But and the other thing, you know what? Did you maxed out the cactus, right? You probably maxed it out day 3, right?
I did him like fucking day 1. I did it. He was dropping a lot for me. The line took a minute, but I got them both.
I get shit drop rates on both of them. Yeah, I mean, I've put literally all my stam other than the 30 for the crystal a day. So 30 for the daily crystal. And on the weekends I'm going full gold dungeon. Other than that though, yeah, I'm getting nothing, but at the very least I'm getting 600 gold a pop right now. So it's not as bitter as it could be.
And the gold dungeon? Oh, never mind. The gold dungeon is the weekend only. Duh. The gold dungeon. I was talking to Ninrak about that. A lot of people forget there's thresholds in the feats category.
Yeah.
You get an extra 10. So I got mine, I think, to like 200 because I was 20 away from doing it. But with the double gold, I think you can get up to 1,400 gold for the 20 stamina. So you get between like 950 and 1,400, something like that.
I think they're equal among the things, but yeah. Here's the thing: after 500, the completions, the missions, it's every. I think it goes to every 1,000 after 1,000 or something. I can't recall.
Yeah. I think I'm at 200. I think I have to do 300s the next one. I'm like, I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have like nothing to do, like actually come this weekend, we really will have not much to do.
No, you got nothing to do. Even if you didn't max the S rank, just farm the gold stage. It's the last time anyway.
Robin Hood's max, and then everything else is Awakened 4, so I might as well just do the gold dungeon.
Yeah, I went nuts, dude. I actually burned all of my temporary stam items on the gold dungeon because it's a good time to do it, and I don't know who knows the next time it'll come back. And yeah, the temporary items from the gold event, I think they had like another 30 days on it. I'm like, I don't know, man. They're kind of dicks sometimes. Like, there's a real solid chance that they let these expire before we get a tome or a rank mats campaign.
Yeah, or they skip a tome and rank up material event like they did with the die event.
Yeah, because we're getting way less campaigns than we used to for rank mats. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, they are really nasty to us on global, so don't expect mercy.
Yeah, I wish they kind of just like did it once a month, like, every other event towards the end. Boom, tomes and rank up. Just
they
like
used to. It used to be like basically
it was pretty regiment.
Yeah, maybe every 6 weeks you would get a tome and campaign event. Yeah, it's forever now. And also, when am I going to get equipment up? I need to farm some equipment from the equipment stages.
I haven't touched an equipment stage since I got 3 stars on them. I had a ton of the Oaken Club, or whatever the free one is, the
Oak Club.
Copper Swords, maybe? Oaken Club? Yeah, there you go. I had like a shitload of those for a long time, but every new event we have is like, do alchemy 500
Where did you get all those
like,
copies? I never had like the bajillion copies of Oak Club. Was there another farm that was there or something?
I forget because I had a lot, and I know I didn't do the equipment event just over and over. Unless there was an event that said do the equipment event a bunch, but oh god, I forget.
There may have been one time a long time ago. Yeah, they don't even give equipment campaigns anymore. That used to be standard. Like, okay, you get rank, you get tomes, then you get equipment or some variation. Yeah, they don't care anymore, which is good. I mean, they may as well just take those stages out of there. It's such a wasted space.
Put like Omni materials in there because all the good equipment is not in those stages.
Yeah,
I mean, we get like 900 pieces of equipment a month, new ones. So
now they've put out a couple of S rank equipment things that don't have that you don't have the ability to farm. It's like, can they force us to do that Omni stage again? But like the drops on that thing are so shit. It's like, oh, this seems like it could be good. It's like, no, you'll get like one kind of S rank stone like every 10 runs maybe. And it's not going to be Omni, it's going to be like, for hats.
Axes or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, being stuck at like a Blossom Door towards the end of the month, or now with this RTA stuff, you kind of want to like roll stuff on the spot. So having those random Omni stones is actually kind of useful, I've noticed. So those alchemy stages aren't...
Sorry, I spent a shitload of gold trying again to get a triple HP weapon on some things that I realized, like, I never used this unit and or this weapon. Let me see, and I realized, like, oh, this has like 70 HP slots on it.
Turning it into an overall good weapon for anybody.
I can't get a triple HP roll to save my life, dude. And I don't mean like triple gold. I mean like just 3 HP rolls on a good weapon. I can't get it.
Nocturnus's weapon, when I first got it, I rolled like 2 rainbow attacks and gold HP. I was like, oh, I don't want to roll over this. Fuck. I ended up getting 2 rainbow devil finesses and a gold attack on it. I was like, oh my god, done.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's triple devil finesse, so I can't.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I find most guides where I'm using him, if I'm following a guide, they all use devil finesse. And it seems like it's so often stronger. I'm like, this guy's weak to whoosh, but it looks like my finesse is still doing more damage.
Especially, if it's potency juiced.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why, because I've got like another, I don't know, like 20% on it or whatever. But, oh, is this the last? No, there's still another. I'm only halfway through chapter 15. Still just autoing this all the way.
At the power of Erdrick.
Yeah.
And a lion statue. And a dude in a hood.
Yeah, the lion's not bad. A lot of this would be easier if I leveled these abilities too.
I don't know how I came across this. Have you ever seen there's a Japanese guy who cosplayed as Robin Hood, and the dude is as buff as Robin Hood, excuse me.
Oh.
So there's like some 6'6", 300-pound pure muscle Japanese guy in the Robin Hood costume. It's the funniest fucking thing you will see in a week. I saw that. I was like, "What?" I said, "Is this real?" I said, "Holy shit!" I think. Oh, I think I saw it on Wood Us's or Dragon Den's site, with the Wood US site or whatever, a while ago. And oh yeah, God, I
Oh,
laughed for a couple days.
I see it here. Yeah, that guy is buff. Wow.
Throw it in your Streamlabs real quick if you want, or share it in the Discord. It's it looks fake almost. Like, good on that dude.
Yeah. I'm looking at his thighs too much. I'm like, wow, that's like he's got vascular thighs. Well, not the worst, but anyway.
It's
And
funny that he went with
his
that
package is
cosplay
right there
though.
too. Like, yeah.
It's hard to not see.
Yeah. Anyway, gay.
I would like to know where all the Australian stuff came from in the Dragon Quest series. Like that I think it's hilarious, by the way. But I wonder what they're like.
Oh,
what the hell?
Yeah,
Where
they
did
love
that come
playing with accents and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a couple of subs tonight. I didn't mention before. We got Zay just subbed 12 minutes ago, and Zillophobic an hour before that. So good. Most people subscribe when I'm like offline, so it's not as exciting.
I'll get a few subs. Like 1 in every 6 subs will show me in the notification, but then I'll notice my number is up by like 3 or 4, and I go to recent subs, nobody's there. What the hell is that all about? Is that normal?
Sorry, one more time. I got distracted.
Like, if you go to your recent subs, say you got like 10 more subs, can you see all 10? Or do you only see like 1 or 2? Because that's how it is for me.
I always forget where to even look for that. But yeah, I don't know. This is Streamlabs showing it to me. Oh, we got Perplatypus here. Let me see. Perplatypus, have you ditched Octo for Marvel now? What was this? Marvel Snap?
Oh, the card game.
Dude, I'm just kind of turned off with Marvel right now. I've never had a big affinity for too many of the characters. I mean, they're cool. I like the video games and stuff, but like as far as gacha stuff goes, it's not like, oh man, I gotta get Spider-Man. So it's a card game, I guess? Okay. I might as well move stuff up here. Well, yeah, so anybody, so did you play the card game Snap?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about it, but like I said, Marvel just doesn't excite me that much, and they've gone like super woke. Like,
yeah, it doesn't excite me anymore. Me and my wife, we couldn't shut up about the MCU, but the last year it's been like, Disney can definitely kiss my ass. So
like literally shoot themselves in the foot woke. Like, why are they? Yeah, people don't want this.
They're just held hostage by fucking,
like, you're just upset that there's a black star. It's like, ridiculous. No, I mean, like, everything, like, they're fucking every character.
I know the writers have admitted left and right it's 1000% like agenda insertion of narcissism. Yeah. They're just completely holding the company hostage, because if they say anything against them, they just complain enough online to make the company on the surface look bad. And the common consumer is like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Because it's like, dude, they're losing money. Like, it's not even like, oh, maybe this will work. Yeah. Like, no, nobody wants it.
Google Disney stock since last November. It's been in free fall since.
Yeah. The Pinocchio movie, I couldn't do the Pinocchio movie, man.
It's like, oh, God, why?
And it's like, it's not that I don't want to watch movies with, the Little Mermaid thing. I mean, we're getting sensitive here. It's not that I don't want a movie with black stars in it. I obviously enjoy plenty of those. It's when it's so blatant, when it's shoved down your throat. It's like,
well, it's one thing to make a remake.
Little
nobody
Mermaid takes me out of it. Ariel's supposed to be a pale. People are joking. A mermaid would actually be translucent or something like that. I think fish like that are translucent.
Yeah, I heard that argument too. I was like, well, mermaids aren't real, you fucking moron. So it does.
But
let's not argue semantics over something that isn't real. First of all,
yeah, it's not that it's a black actress. It's like, oh, dude, you're shoving it down my throat. It's pulling me out. Like, they did the same thing with the fairy. They did the same thing with the fairy in Pinocchio. It's like, it's so jarring. Why? It's like, I don't have a problem with it. It's just like it's so you're doing this to me on purpose.
It's like someone walking into a supermarket with no pants on. It's like you're only doing this for a reaction, and you are.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? So, it's like, sir, get a hobby and some pants.
I just lost about a third of my my fans, my devout fans. But yeah, and then I just I don't know. Even just with Marvel, the woke stuff aside, Endgame was the end for me. Everything else now seems like just filler. It's like, okay,
yeah, I mean, it was gonna be hard for them, right?
I mean, it's the 21st century. That's what we do. We do reboots now. So where's the reboot?
They had 6 years of films before even considering the Fox and Fantastic Four properties that they got from Fox when they acquired them a couple years ago. So Marvel has a little too much on their plate, and they should have fast-tracked all the popular IPs at the time, but they wanted to continue to flesh out these other stories, and the tables kind of turned with as far as the type of writers that they hired in the summer of 2020 and then on, and then it's been downhill since.
Oh, Platt said you don't know about Marvel going woke. I don't think you're not paying attention then.
That's good at sarcasm, so I'm gonna.
Okay. Maybe it's sarcasm. Okay.
Doctor Strange 2, that movie was the most do nothing film ever. It was the biggest bait and switch, most anticlimactic film. Like I said, me and my wife, we could never shut up about the MCU from Iron Man to Endgame. We saw every movie multiple times, blah blah blah.
I enjoyed sorry man, I enjoyed some of Doctor Strange 2, but like the villain was Karen.
Basically, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was the villain, Karen. Anyway,
Wanda didn't really pay for anything she did in her own TV series. They just let her get away with enslaving an entire town. So it's like the movie as a standalone was fine. I mean, pacing was good. A couple arcs was good. The Sam Raimi stuff, the obvious Sam Raimi stuff, was good.
It had Jim from The Office.
It was peppered in to where they should have gave him a little more of the reins on it, but. Yeah, and the two end credit scenes meant absolutely nothing, and they were edited completely separate.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, he gets the third eye, he screams at the top of his lungs, the scene ends, and then the next scene he's walking down the street in the daylight. It's like, in different clothes. It's like, wait a minute, did this happen the next day or the same day? What is this?
Wasn't even enough to remember, but, yeah. Oh, I remember, I did like the fact that it still had some, like, kind of creepy moments. Or I'm sure you remember they claimed that they were going to make it a horror movie at first. I'm like,
yeah, like I said, the Sam Raimi stuff did stand out. So
I'm like, there's literally no way that they're going to make this a horror movie, but it's cool that it had an element in some scenes.
Yeah, it was different enough at times. Like, oh, cool, there's the director. It's like the Werewolf by Night Disney Plus film they have coming out. They're just going nuts on that, and that's good. That's kind of what they wanted to do with the Disney Plus stuff originally, was make all these kind of plan B ideas that wouldn't have been making so much money per se in the theater, so they just let them go nuts on the show. Yeah. Most of the shows, they didn't really turn out too great, but now with like Secret Invasion and Werewolf by Night, Secret Invasion looks fucking incredible, by the way. If anyone's a Marvel fan and hasn't seen the Secret Invasion trailer, go see it. It looks like Civil War, Winter Soldier. No, Disney Plus show. It looks like a movie, by the way. It's a Disney Plus show, but it is dead, grounded, serious, solid looking content. So
I don't know how I felt about let me see, Captain Falcon, whatever that one was, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was
the enemies were kind of dumb.
Yeah, the group. It was I couldn't have cared less. Yeah, because. That's why the content is saturated. Marvel has 70 years of interesting characters, but they keep giving us these characters even comic book fans haven't heard of. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why? I get you want to pepper the universe and kind of bridge together some continuities to introduce something later or have it pay dividends later, but people are going to forget about the stuff that isn't interesting to begin with.
My favorite part is every time some obscure movie, some obscure character that no normal person has heard about, every closet or every Marvel like comic never leave the basement fan is like, that's my absolute favorite character of all time.
Yeah,
like, no, it's not. Like when Watchmen came out, I'm a huge Watchmen fan, dude. I'm like, pretty nerdy, and I've literally never ever heard of the Watchmen.
I remember telling a guy, I was like, don't lie, I've never heard of them either.
Same with Guardians of the Galaxy. I've never heard of those guys before.
I know a little bit about them because I've still had my Marvel cards from Marvel Series 1 in '89 when I was 6 and started collecting them.
Yeah.
Always loved Thanos, Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock, just all the cosmic beings. I've always loved that side of it. And Guardians kind of later in the years, like in the later 2000s, kind of started to tie into
they
that.
They marketed Silver Surfer hard in the early 90s, and then, like, who knows what Silver Surfer is now. I think maybe Galactus Galactus was the Planet Eater, right? Like, was he just too goofy of a villain, basically?
I mean, the MCU's done a pretty good job at making things comic accurate enough to embrace the silliness, but giving it a level of like realism that it works. So Galactus, they could just go all out, just spruce him up, tighten him up a little bit, and you're good to go.
It was pretty lame when they made him a cloud, though.
Yeah, and Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Like they're afraid to embrace the silliness.
By the way, I kind of liked the second set of the second Silver Surfer, no, not Fantastic Four movie. The one that was like a lot of lead up and then all of a sudden combat at the end because they had to wrap it up. I didn't hate that one.
The Rise of the Silver Surfer, the second Fantastic Four film?
No, like the reboot that's like probably 10 years old now that you and I both think is probably a lot more recent.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is probably 10 or so years old by now.
Yeah. Dude, you ever remember like when the TV Guide was a thing and like Channel 2 for me in my area, and you'd see like a movie and you're like, "Oh, that one's pretty new. That came out in like 2002 or something." And then you realize, "Nope, that's 10 years old."
During the pandemic, the last 2 years have blurred together so well. I am convinced. Me and my wife were talking about a show that we saw or a game we played. I swore it was like 2018 or 16. No, it was May 2021. I'm like, what? Feels like years ago. I was talking to a lady at work. I did some side work for her a little while ago. I thought it was years ago. No, it was last March. And we both had the same feeling. It was like a Mandela effect. We're like, we both swore it was like a few years ago, not a year ago. So,
yeah, I always think everything just happened. See, I'm kind of the opposite. I always think that things just happened, and then my family will tell me like that was 6 years ago.
Yeah. Where have you been?
That person's dead.
Yeah, stop talking about them in the first person. They're gone.
World didn't stop. Pawn shops are considered financial institutions. I've never done much with pawn shops. I went to one in my area finally, like 2 or 3 years ago, and it fucking sucked because everything was basically retail price, but it was used junk.
Yeah,
I was like, people come here? There's literally nothing in this place I would want, or I would just go buy it at Walmart for less. Like seeing a 40-inch television for $200. It's like you just want to ask them like. People come in here and are stupid enough to buy this? Like any TV that's more than a year or two old is not junk, but like you shouldn't be pricing it anywhere next to retail.
Right. It's like a MSRP yard sale. It's like, dude, give me a deal, please.
Yeah.
The only time I had to do business with a pawn shop was to buy my own tools back. Somebody stole off the fucking job site one time. Like 15 years ago. Yeah, that was fun.
Well, Seth, that's the thing. I can go get a 42-inch LED at Walmart for $150. I can actually get it for $130 on the right week. So, I mean...
Yeah, TVs are shockingly cheap. They've been cheap for a while.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, they get cheaper like every year. I mean...
And there's like a new type of HD every 6 minutes. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got a couple years on me, so I know you remember, like, when a 32-inch TV in your living room was like, wow... They got some money,
I remember being a kid.
They care about watching movies and style and whatnot.
I remember I got a 13-inch color TV when I was a teenager. Oh, I was king shit, buddy. I was the coolest kid.
So I went to college. I got a flat screen, not flat panel, flat screen, 27-inch TV, and it was fucking gigantic. And it was bigger than what my mom and had in the living room. And it was just like, yeah, this is awesome. Now, if somebody had a 27-inch TV in the living room, they're like, "Oh, these must be weirdos that like read."
That's even small for some computer monitors.
Yeah.
You know. Me and my wife, we got a DLP, a 65-inch. I mean, like 10 years ago, the guy sold it for $400. It's just 1080 DLP. It weighs nothing. It works completely fine. Like, okay.
Here's the
we don't watch a lot of TV, so
step up in audio or visual quality, at least for me, is something that I won't always appreciate at first, but after I watch it for a year or two, if you were to put it back, I'd be like, get this garbage away from me. I can't look at this. This is disgusting.
I'll use Dragon Quest as an example. When we got PS3, I couldn't. You can't play PS2 games on a PS3, so I sold my PS2 and wanted to play Dragon Quest 7 or 8. Yep. And because you could play PS1 games on PS3 and it scales them up to 720. Mm-hmm. And I was playing Dragon Quest 7, but I wanted to play 8 again, and I'm like, oh god, it looks so especially on a 65-inch TV because it wasn't formatted for. I think PS2 is formatted for maybe 720, but not for 1080. So
I had that thing. Hooking up a PS2 to a modern TV, they look like junk.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always just play it on the emulator, and that's why. A lot of people overreact. I think people are too big on the 3DS version. Like, if I were to play DQ8 right, I
didn't like it. Yeah,
if I absolutely had to play DQ8 again right now, I would play the PS2 version on my computer, and I will deal with random encounters.
As much as I love computers, if a game is on a console with controllers, I gotta have that control. Like I'm getting the Tactics Ogre remake. Mm-hmm. If there's any Ogre Battle fans in the chat, probably not. But I got it for PS4. I gotta have the controller experience. Yeah, I'm not playing that on a computer.
Well, I don't want to play my 3DS anymore.
I can't do handhelds anymore. Here's old man quote of the day. I just can't play handhelds anymore, which is ironic to say because we live on our phones, but that's different. I'm going to say, quote unquote. Yeah.
You know, there are, if you're into any of the like Game Boy Color RPGs and stuff, they're not bad to play on an emulator on your phone. I played I like the old Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color. Really easy to play on an emulator because you're using touchscreen controls. But if it's a Pokemon type game,
pretty streamlined.
It's not an action game.
I still have. Like I said, I still have all my old Nintendo and everything, and my wife's got all her old Pokemon stuff too. So and on my computer, I have all the ROMs and emulators and shit like that whenever I'm in the mood. Let
me see. So you were a teen or like nearly a teenager when Pokemon came out, right? Does that mean you weren't too interested in it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 30. I'll be 40 in March. I was born in '83. So yeah, Pokemon. I was like mid-teenager. I never got as much nerdy stuff as I like. Never got into Star Wars and Pokemon. And like Dragon Ball, like that end of like nerdum, never got into.
I'm a fat guy with glasses, so people are always like, "Oh, you must like Star Wars." I'm like, "No, I don't like Star Wars at all." Actually,
when people see me and I start talking about nerd stuff, they're like, "What?"
Wait, how do you not have a neck and you still like anime? Yeah. That's so weird.
Covered head to toe in tattoos, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Pink slimes and dragons and shit and this that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, look, gotta level up my guys.
And you spend how much time on this? Your wife hasn't left you yet?
No,
buddy, you should see my bank statement with how much they take out.
Yeah, I'll say it my wife loves games as much as I do, thank God.
Oh, good.
So, a friend of mine, he's been married a long time, but his wife hates video games, and it's awkward 24/7. It's like, I couldn't be with someone who didn't share similar interests, or at least like respect the fact that I do something on free time. And it's like it's me and her. We're just
you go work all day.
Very much the same.
Yeah.
That yep.
But no, my brother-in-law is weird. He can literally sit and play on a Switch all day long. I'm confident that you can't do that. Like. Or you're like whatever console you're playing, with a rare exception, I
like on the weekend
can sit for like 8 hours and play video games.
Oh fuck yeah! If I'm not working, like if I haven't played PoE in a little while, but like a new expansion when it comes
almost anything after 2 or 3 hours at a time.
If it's something I really like, PoE leagues and expansions, I'll play them straight for about 2 months out of every 3 months that they're out and stuff like that. So. Yeah, if I'm really into something, I'm all or nothing. So
yeah. Any games coming out that you're interested in, excited for?
She's getting Treasure, the Dragon Quest. I'm doing the Tactics Ogre remake. Hopefully the next Path of Exile League isn't atrocious with GGG and their insane hubris development cycle they're going through. That's an entire another discussion. So, no, I'm the older I get, the harder it is. You and me have had this conversation. I think the harder it is for me to like video games.
Yeah,
I got like if something comes out, I got to see like how the UI is and how the game feels and how like the systems are in the game. If it's not like exactly the way I like it visually, I'm like, nah, I don't even want to try it.
Yep,
I'm just like that, you know. Yeah, I mean, my wife, she can play anything. She's like, oh, what's this? It's $1, it's $5, it's free. Download, and she'll find a lot of stuff she likes, which is cool. But I'm just like. She's like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? I'm like, nah.
Oh,
she's like, look, it's got the thing the other game has. I'm like, nah, I don't care. I don't like it.
This Humble Bundle comes with a bajillion games in it. Yeah, I'll play none of them. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. I'll play 0 of them. Exactly. Yeah. It's Action 52 all over again. So.
Okay, that's become popular. I'm like, you're really dating yourself there, Bed. But they made that one popular online now. Anyway, nerd.
But yeah, it's like probably like halfway through like the PS2 era, games just got so samey. You know what I mean? It was just like PS1 RPGs were the fucking pinnacle of games. You know what I mean? There's so many good RPGs for PlayStation 1. It's not even funny. So, and they did a couple for PS2, and that was like kind of the end of it. So,
yeah, I mean, the PS2 had some really good RPGs, but yeah, it's I don't know, but yeah, like you were talking about the polish on a game and its menus and stuff, really important. You know, that's why I've mentioned this a few times. Like, I would piss people off in the Trails of Cold Steel community because it's a game with a lot of story and it's a damn good combat system, but it's super budget and there's not much polish to it, so the menus all feel borderline bad.
Yeah, like bad indie game look.
Yeah. And,
like RPG Maker look.
Yeah, and it's like also like this game looks worse than most PS2 games. Like Square Enix PS2 games are basically on par with modern day JRPGs. You know, if you upscale those old games, they'll look better than a lot. Like Final Fantasy X Remaster looks better than a lot of crap.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for getting that far. That must have been you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when they remade 12, the Zodiac Age. Well, it was a remake. It was an upscale to 1080, and then they brought like the different passive tree and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I bought that right away. I played the hell out of it. I got the Sun Sword, and I got everything. I did the Omega battle and blah blah blah. So it was pretty cool. The passive tree was still very streamlined. You kind of ended up getting everything anyways. So there wasn't like a lot of build variety, so to speak. But it was still really fun to play.
Yeah, Yeah, 12 didn't do it for me. I was like, what? You don't actually play it?
I didn't like the open world thing, because like 10 I didn't like. 10 is insanely linear, because we're so used
linear.
to...
I love linear.
10, yeah, because you like the Granadia games and stuff. 10, I couldn't stand the characters either. The game was like way too bright and jovial for me. It was like 7 was this weird, dark, steampunky thing. 8 was like weird. 9 was a very classic Final Fantasy, very medieval style, very slow game. I love 9. And then 10 came out, and it was just like, looks like a World of Warcraft game. Like, what is this? And the fucking voice acting was terrible.
Dude, I'll tell you, 13 would have been a good one for me if the combat system wasn't so terrible. It's like when there's a party, but you only control one character, but you also really definitely have to change their roles regularly. Because it's still actually hard and you do have to manipulate what they do. I thought it was disgusting. But the thing, that's still one of the best looking RPGs out there, Final Fantasy 13. That game is older than half the people in the chat.
When 13 came out, it was like the best a game could look for a while when it came out, I remember. Well, like the way the faces and everything moved and the rendering of all the kind of...
Well, it's a AAA Square RPG. It's better than 90% of games that come out now.
What I liked about 12 was it was the same composer and a lot of producers that did Final Fantasy Tactics music. And Final Fantasy Tactics music, if you don't like it, then you don't have ears. Yeah. And then the voice acting was really good. The 12 was a very long game. So, it was 12 was very different, but it had enough like good core qualities about it. It just
All right.
made it like it was like a very long book, but it was a very good book. You know
I
what I
think
mean? It was
I think high
there's a lot of good
fantasy is
to
the
it.
term for 12. Like the high fantasy political thing bores me to tears. Bores me to tears. I hate it. I thought like the what I experienced of 12 over an hour or two, just I thought it was so boring. Didn't like the I don't like the I was complaining about this with Die. I don't like the kid hero thing. I think it's lame. I don't know. I guess you could call him a young man, but like
That's just a even when I was a teenager and you see every RPG, the hero's 15. You're like, why? Why is that?
because I
In
mean
America, heroes are like older and big, but in Japan, heroes are 15,
yeah.
apparently, for whatever reason.
And I know it's
So,
a video game. You have to suspend a lot of belief. I mean, obviously they're doing stupid stuff. I mean, Cloud weighs 80 pounds and wields the Buster Sword.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but like, you just think I'm like literally any child against any man. Like, it doesn't matter what the kid's armed with. You're gonna hit an adult with it. It'll be like, all right, Junior, that's enough.
Like
even
in real
even a
life,
teenager, like an average sized teenager that isn't some kind of muscled freak or something. Like just any adult man can put him down. Whatever. Shit.
Oh, so I got to roll soon anyway. Good lord, it's 10:30. It's half past my old man bedtime.
I'm tired and just easily distracted tonight, and I've been doing this a lot, which is just talking and streaming all day. It's actually kind of my throat's getting a little, whatever. You excited for GVG tomorrow?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, big time. I'm my team now that with Grey Gnarl and Dimensional Dragon surprises everybody still, which I love. Same with Malroth because they forget he has his full HP recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dimensional and Grey Gnarl, and then CGM on top of that.
Do you want to tell
So
everybody where you put them on the battlefield too?
yeah, go for it.
They're behind. So Greynarl is behind the pillar, and the other dude he mentioned is on the other side, or right next to is Bianca. Um,
I have Erdrick for CGM, and everyone's. I mean, it's going to be the same.
I had one afternoon when I got into it with everybody, but like, dude, I hate playing this game if there's not like, I'm like, do I get gold for doing these matches? No, fuck it, whatever. They're on their own. So I have to be in the right mood one day to start testing other people's teams. Unfortunately, I'm a bad guild member sometimes, most of the time.
I'm surprised we get as many gems as we do. I mean, even if you play shitty, you're getting like 2,000 gems.
Mm. In the end, yeah, because you get 30 a match, and we got 2,500 for playing just the GVG specifically because we got first. But
Place.
I think it's what is it, 1,500 for second place, or
it's still a pretty good
1,600
amount,
for
yeah.
second place, right? Masters 2.
Oh, Masters 1 is 2,500.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't they just give you 3,000? By the way, like you're the best of the best. Just give you a 10 pull amount of gems. Like, why give you 2,500? It's so stupid.
They have gotten. I don't know if they're just front loading gems now or what. They give out gems like little pockets at a time, basically. But I mean, guilds do give out a lot of gems, but I haven't paid attention if they're effectively taking them from other things. Gems come so slowly.
Yeah.
So if they give us 1,000 gems for something, it seems like a lot, even though it's not really that much in this game.
Third of one multi. Yeah, exactly. So.
But it's like, it's at the end of the month when you don't spend gems. It's like, oh, I've got like 12,000 now. But you never felt like you got gems along the way.
It's peppered. So I mean, I guess they do that intentionally because they're not like, here's 10,000 gems and then here's nothing for a week. They want to constantly kind of drip feed you. So.
Oh, I just lost.
You got golemized.
Yeah.
Hey, it's gold golem, like the one A tier I don't have.
Dude, I'm the so that's the only A tier in the general pool I don't have. And then, dude, I spent a ticket on Monster because I'm like, I'm not going to pull him with the single tickets we get.
Exact same thing, yep, because I was done with Erdrick.
So I can afford 2 more. So if I hadn't spent the ticket I already had, it's like, I could, after getting Gold Golem, I could have completed my collection, but it doesn't really matter.
700 silvers, and I'm back up to like 300 silvers. I have 100, almost 200 golds actually. So I'll wait for the monthly reset, buy my flowers, and probably grab an A tier.
All right, so I guess I should rank up Erdrick. I don't have any rank 6 materials yet, so I think I'll go to rank 5. on both of these, and
Gotta use an orb.
yeah. I guess I'll throw some scrolls on my. Hargan, I could level the battle road too. I don't know if I want to bother. So this Robin Odlum is pretty good as far as getting through story and whatnot.
Yeah, his physical attack is not bad, and then turn 1 he's gonna like hop on top of any opponent. So
yeah, he's beefy too. And if I were to bother and go get an awakening of him, he'd get that extra turn 1 movement, which would be nice.
he has like 1400 HP or Awaken 5 or something like that.
Yeah, max level, yeah, about 1400 HP, yeah. So even without extra equipment, that goes up to 1820 in arena with the 30% HP buff. So
the more recent sword with the follow up that came out with regular Corvus, I think I rolled triple. I think like 2 gold and a rainbow HP roll on it. Oh my god, and it's got the implicit HP, which is really good. I slap that on anybody who's already doing enough damage and I just need HP. It's like boom, 15% more HP, like on anybody. It's nice.
Sorry, whenever I do anything, I can't. It's so hard for me to pay attention while doing anything else. I'm like the blonde that can't walk and chew.
So that's why every time I'll talk and I'll stop and I'll wait for your reaction because I know you're like doing something. So,
oh yeah, and that's or like I feel bad because I rewatch most things afterwards. If I'm with somebody else, I'll be like, I did not listen to what they said at all, and then I just came up with something that was completely out of left field.
my boss could not type and pay attention at the same time. He was computer. I'm like, yo, blah 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 blah. And he's just, it's like I'm a ghost. It's funny watching it.
Well, yeah, it's fun. I want to keep going in this, but like, that's the thing. And I mean, I'm making good progress. I've got a lot of stuff done. There's really not that much more I need to do here. I guess I'll call the end of this when I can beat hard mode. That's where like you don't really need a guy. You just go start farming then.
What I meant when it came out was actually to get 3 stars on it, or the three objectives on it was actually kind of tough when it came out. I remember.
Oh yeah, because I forget what the final one is. You have to beat that with 2 members, right?
Yeah, the
2 party members on the final one, and that's the only one that you really need to do. Well, it's the most important one. It's not terribly hard to auto with a mostly max party though.
No, it's long, but it's not. Yeah, it's not. You won't fail it per se.
It's like the OG hard mode's really not that bad.
When they first came out, yeah, but no, nowadays, good lord, they're nothing.
Yeah, if you can tackle them with some S5 or S6 units, it's not bad. I hate whenever I can't use my leveling party. What's the CP on this? I know CP doesn't mean anything, but yeah, it's only 14,000, so I would probably have to manual that, but
I was like so out of touch with mobile games. I had to Google what CP meant. Like, it's like it's in every freaking game. So
yeah, you shouldn't Google CP. You're gonna get in trouble. I gotta do some of these. Anyway, yeah. So you gotta go and
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grind a little bit offline. Not much. I gotta get some rank mats and stuff. I've been on for 2 hours now, so I'm over this. You guys all suck, and I'm tired of you.
Ooh, thanks. See you.
Except for Aganzi, he's cool.
All right, see you.
All right, later, guys. Later, Fart.